Hello YouTube. So coming to you with this dream that I have been given. Well, it's a series of dreams. Um it's been a minute since I shared anything, but this is something I really need to get out. And I feel as though I'm not taking this dream lightly. Um, and have been very slow to post it because I've been meditating a lot on it and praying to God whether or not this is something that He wanted me to speak about. But I've got several supernatural confirmations, including um, me asking God for someone to confirm it, and a complete stranger has sat down next to me and had the same dream from a different point of view and confirmed it in my real life. And other than that, several people have had different parts, but I believe that the Lord has shown me this in full, and I need to get this out. So I'm gonna start. It all starts when I wake up in a panic, and I'm telling you, these dreams, they are dream visions because I'm waking up in them feeling as though I am just in them and living in them, and not as though this is a dream. It's unexplainable, but it's just I guess one of the uh, very rare vision dreams that I've had. And well, I woke up unaware that it was I mean, when I say woke up, I'm referring to being in the dream and becoming aware. So I become aware, and I saw in the dream that I was in panic mode, running around the house trying to get things together for myself and my children. And when I realized I was running out of time, I stopped again and I looked at the TV. And when I looked at the TV, there was a news report on. I remember me standing there watching, almost as though I had kind of like a view of myself, but I could feel myself going through these things. And I looked at myself looking at the TV and feeling the panic that there was smoke coming from somewhere, and the whole area where I live, which is Vegas, Nevada, was being evacuated. And then suddenly I was shown in my mind's eye a vision of a wooded area, and up the wooded area, it was a mountainous area, and I could see a volcano, and it was almost as though I could peer right into the mountain and see the lava rising in stages. And I saw that the stage that the lava was at, we had no time to evacuate where we were, and it was gonna be too late. So I sat myself on the bed, as I was trying to tell my kids to get things together, and I sat myself on the bed and I said, we're not going to be making it out. I saw the traffic was jammed. I saw everything, just like I was able to see a complete view of what was going on that day. And remember I could hear my thoughts in the vision dream, and the thoughts that I had was, where is the warning from God? Why wasn't I warned about this? This is, you know, as a child of God, I was thinking, he loves his people. He would not leave his people without warning. And so at that moment, I remember with that thought, I woke up. So the next dream that I had was a few days later, and this, I'm sorry, I know I didn't mention it before, but this dream happened in December. The series of these dreams was happening from um, late November to December. And the continuation of this dream, when I woke up, first of all, I was so relieved that the dream was just a dream, but not really relieved because it had felt so very real. Like it was like I immediately knew, when you have a warning from God, you know that it's a warning from God. So immediately I knew that this was a warning from God. So my relief didn't really last long. But I got up and I kind of talked about it with my family, and it seemed, and I looked around kind of also on Google to see if there was any active volcanoes around here, because I'm not someone who studies geology, and I'm not really observant with what's going on in my geographical part of my where I live. And it's just that I just came to the conclusion that it might have been a warning or a metaphor about something that was soon to happen in my life, but that I wasn't really quite grasping what it was. And I kind of, it was so real. I kind of just talked about it to my sister, and she completely blew it off and was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, she was basically like brushing it off and saying I was tripping. So I kind of cut that conversation short, and I really just tried to figure out what it meant, and thought that it was like it could have possibly been more of a metaphorical thing. It just felt so real. So next, what happened was a few nights went by, and during those few nights I slept pretty well until one night I was sent the same kind of dream state vision. And in this vision I was in full knowledge. Like I had full knowledge of what was to come. I was out in the area where I normally work, and I just had this feeling like I've been warning people for a really long time, and people were not believing me, but it had been the near future. And I was in a parking lot, and people were watching something in the sky, and suddenly something hurtles towards the ground, and I see something that looked like a rocket, a white rocket like ship, and it came straight down. And the area that I normally work in is near the Strip in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I saw the airplane like heading down towards the, I want to say airport area, but I was sort of looking in the opposite direction, like towards some mountains. So it was very strange kind of view because things were not looking like normal, but people were almost like blowing it off. And at the time when I saw it start to crash, I said to them, "It's coming. It's about to happen." What I've been like basically, and they knew what I was warning them about, but they ignored me and kind of just laughed me off, calling me crazy. And I felt like I couldn't warn them anymore. That I had done it so many times and no one was believing me, and it was just time to get in the car with my kids and just get out of there because that area was not going to be safe anymore. And so I remember driving towards the house thinking that I had everything ready to go and that I had estimated the amount of time from the crashing of this rocket ship looking vessel to the time when the volcano was about to explode, and feeling like I just had ample time to go. So when I woke up, I immediately knew that this was not just something that was metaphorical. It was something that was coming. So instead of telling anyone again, I just started to pray about it. And I said to God, you know, this is the second time you sent me this dream. Lord, please tell me what this means. How much time do we have? And basically just what it is and how much time do we have to prepare and where to go. And so I went on and I told just only my kids about this dream, and kind of just went on about my life and prayed, like I said. But it didn't take long for me to go to sleep and receive yet another vision. But this vision was very detailed. In this vision, I saw what I thought was an aeroplane, and I saw its pathway. I want to say trajectory, if that's the right word. And it was heading towards the mountain that I had seen before, with the lava coming out, covered with green trees that look like evergreen trees. Now, I live in Nevada, and we're surrounded by mountains, but the mountains that we're surrounded by, they're barren, they're rocky, and there's no trees on them. So as I examined the mountains around me, and I kind of went on USGS and tried to see if there was any active volcanoes in our area, and really, you know, there's just one dormant one. So I can't really tell you what mountain it is, but let me not tell you my opinion of what mountain it is and just give you the straight dream. It was a forest on the mountain, and what I saw was that we had time. But in my dream, I remember thinking that I had known the amount of time we had, but I heard myself saying in this dream, I thought we had more time. And I saw what looked like a plane having two different colors at its tail wing. Um, it was a mainly gray, um, what I thought was an aeroplane, and the tails, which was the only part left, the middle part was completely gone, and was only the head. Um, was headed towards the mountain, and it had a blue and red tail wing. Remember it clearly, and thinking that it was almost reminiscent of the um, tail wing for the Southwest Airlines. So I had thought that maybe that's what it was, but it was missing its entire body, like the wings and everything. So, and it was gray. So that's what really threw me off. But, um, yeah, so that I was shown that it slammed into the mountain, and that is what caused the volcano to erupt. And when this particular volcano erupts, there was going to be no more time for us. It was going to be devastation everywhere, and the only goal would be to get the furthest away from the impact point as possible after it hit. So since then, I have seen many dreams and visions. And not only that, but I have done research. And I believe wholeheartedly now that it is not an aeroplane that I saw, and it was not a rocket that I saw. I believe the reason why this vessel had no wings is because it was a missile. A missile going into the volcano. So I looked in the Word of God, as I do, and as believers should do, for confirmation of any dream or vision that we get, to see if it would coincide with anything that was written. And I went into Revelations